Hi, welcome back, episode 2, the process, right? And I've been waiting to get into this a whole lot. First, let me introduce myself again. You may know me as Zach, you may know me as Gutter, you may know me as many things, but today we're going to cover the topic generational curses. So just a two-part episode, so this is going to be good. For my third episode, I'm going to actually invite people in, probably going live and all that, so stand by for that. So that's the whole thing. Now, the first generational curse I want to cover is, right, kicking a kid out after 18 with no plan. You know, it took me some years. I used to hit that like, yo, once you get 18, you go get up out of my house. Once you hit 18, you go get up out of my house. And I never could understand why they always said that. Until I got a little older and I kind of figured out they didn't have a plan them damn selves. They didn't even know what they was doing. They were just surviving. You know, I'm grateful for the older generation paving the way and everything, but at the same time, they didn't know what was going on. They was like, if I get them or he or she to 18, they could do something with their lives. I'm gonna send them to college and all that, this, that, and the other. But what if the kid don't want to go to college? That kid just say, hey, I don't want to go to college. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you're like, well, you're going to have to do something. Go to school. You're going to have to get out of my house. You're going to send a young man or female out in the world with no plan, no income, no nothing. Just say, hey, you got to get out. If you ain't going to school, you got to get up out of here with no plan. You ain't set up no systems for this kid. This kid, you haven't taught him how to balance a checkbook, aka personal finances. It's a million things. I used to hear that a lot. Hey, you know, you're gonna have to get up out of here at 18. I never understand. I was like, what is it something special at 18? Ain't damn nothing special. I can tell you that now. Ain't nothing special at all at fucking 18. 18 ain't nothing. I'm like, oh, only thing at 18 is different. Fucking credit cards. People are like trying to hunt you down, trying to get their credit cards to put you in debt. Like, you ain't set your whole kid up to do nothing. And you push a facade. If you don't do this, you going to have to get out at 18. Kid don't know how to manage his finances. Kid don't even know where to look to get an apartment. Kid really don't even know, like, hey, when you go get an apartment, and what if that thing don't have a microwave? What if you don't have a blender? What if you don't got this? What if you ain't got that? What's the first couple things you should buy when you get a fucking apartment? Anything. You don't even know. You haven't even told them that. What ain't even gonna do that? That's the thing. Kicking. If somebody can tell me the answer, why some coaches kick kids out after 18 with no plan. That's one. You know. And what I learned as a parent long ago is the kids watch your habits. Kids watch your habits all the time. They just watch your habits. So another one I want to hit on, right? I want to hit on living paycheck to paycheck. People say, "Oh, how's that a generational curse?" Like, if you can't manage your finances, your kid ain't gonna manage his finances. All it's going to go see you. If you just gonna go buy a bunch of random stuff that you really don't need, if I used to be a big sneakerhead, like, it was big. I'm copping exclusive kicks, this, that, and the other. Then I went off. I had to do stuff for my job. I went off, left a bag of exclusive kicks with my brother. Boom. I called him. I told him, hey, I'm coming back to get my shit. He was like, all right, cool. I came back, and all my shoes were gone. And right there at that moment, I said, yo, should I be mad at this? They nothing but some shoes. They nothing but some shoes. And right then and there, I started like, you know what? It's better use for my money. It literally is. I could literally save this money, invest this money. At that time, I didn't know about investing, but I could have just saved that money and spent it on something more useful. Could have bought something more useful, you know? So, living paycheck to paycheck. If you can't manage your finances, how you going to teach your kids? If you cannot manage your finances, how are you going to teach your kids? When your kid grow up, he's living paycheck to paycheck. He's like, man, I'm just scraping by into that check here. Or she. You don't want to hear that. Like, your kid asks you for something when they get older, and they be like, yo, pop, yo, mom, I need to borrow a stack real quick. You want to have the opportunity to give them that $1,000 that they need and be like, yo, you know what? Just keep that thing, you know? Just keep it. Like, I don't need you to pay it back. Just keep it. But don't think you will get $1,000 easy every time when you call. It's just, if you really need it, I'm going to give you this 1,000 and we can go from there. So you got to think about that. Living paycheck to paycheck. Manage your finances. Teach your kids. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. I got one thing. I got another one. Read my note bag, right? Read my notes. Staying in the local area. Encourage your kids, or you as well, get out of the area that you grew up in. You have to. That's so important. That is so important. Get up out the place where you grew up at. You got to meet some people. You got to be cultured. So, I joined the military, did my training, did my school, did all this, right? They was like, where are you trying to go? I raised my hand so fast. They was like, I was like, send me to California. They was like, we got a spot in Maryland where you could be close to home and stuff like that. I was like, nope. I'm just going to fall back into the same habits. Not happening. I wanted to evolve as a person. I kind of felt like that time in my life, everybody was going up and I was just being stagnant. So I was just like, nah, I'm staying. I said, I am staying away from home. So they sent me up to California, and it's been one hell of an experience. And just 2,000 miles away, the people are way different. I can tell you that. People are way nicer in California. I can tell you that. Well, SoCal, where I've been residing at. People are way nicer. And they ain't got that defensive guard up on you, what you do back in my hometown and stuff. Like, it's way different. The way of thinking is way different. The more laid back. I mean, you got beaches all along the coast. Ain't nothing really to be mad about, you know. You got to get out the local area, because you go fall into the same old thing that your mama used to do, your sister used to do, your father used to do, your uncle used to do, your friends do, everything. Get yourself out the local area and experience stuff with different people and learn from them. That's what I did. Man, I learned so much from just hanging from different cultures of people. How they do this, how they do that. It's crazy. Like, you really gotta be crazy to stay in your hometown. That's my opinion. You really I gotta move. I gotta go learn something new. Like, I have to learn something new. Staying in the local area wasn't good for me, especially with the bad habits I had. So I was just like, nah, let me get up out of here and let me learn something new. I got another one. Now, this is a kicker one right here, right? The older people in your family not having life insurance. People be like, hey, how's that a generational curse? They're passing down debt. Literally. Somebody older in your family croaks, God forbid, dies, passes away, whatever you want to call it. And you ain't got no money for the hospital bill or the funeral. And you know that funeral about to get like 10 stacks up off you. Easy. Easy. You know they about to get 10 stacks up off you. You know. That funeral director go try to hit you with the, hey, he could be buried in the oak, all that, this, that, and the other. Nah, not me. Don't spend your time at that. Cremate me, fucking spread me in the lake somewhere. You know, that's what I recommend. The hospital bills. Like, what if homeboy don't got that insurance? Now, I'm gonna go real personal. Never did this before. So my mom, she died from pancreatic cancer, and insurance didn't cover. Insurance didn't cover like everything. So my sister had to dig in her stash for everything. You know what I'm saying? My sister had to dig in her own personal stash to do that. I saw that with my eyes. So I always said to myself, if I get a big piece of money, I'm going to pay her back for that. Because I know she had a big chunk of cash. She had to dish out for this. And I was a new addition to her family and her husband out of nowhere, 16, 17. So it was crazy. Like, you know, then what is it? And also, when you get that money, like say if you the elderly person in your family passes away, or it don't even have to be elderly, it could be a young person that just get by bus or anything, and they have life insurance, and the money get disperses out, and the kids don't know what to do with it. The people who you left the money to don't know what to do with it. I'm telling you. You just gonna spend that thing like it's nothing. So you gotta educate yourself. Parents, you gotta educate your kids. Kids, go seek education. Make it mandatory for yourself to take a financial class to learn credit, types of bank accounts, crypto, all that. You have to learn that. The world is changing. You can't just sit and just think, oh, it's gonna come to me. The world ain't gonna come to you. That's one thing I learned. You gotta go out there and get the information. You have to go out there and get the information. Like, you have to go out there and get the information. Like, just sitting on your ass, you ain't gonna know nothing. I can tell you that. Like, I covered staying in the local area, please get out. No plan for the kids after 18, which is ridiculous. I used to hear that shit all the time. Hey, after 18, you gonna have to get up out of here. I was like, you gonna send this man in the world with no knowledge, no credit, no structured credit report, no cash, no savings, no nest egg. Just tell him, hey, he got to get out or she got to get out. That's some bum stuff. If parents, are you doing that? You bums, straight bums, straight bums. I said it. Take offense. Don't care. Bums. Living paycheck to paycheck. Please manage your finances, so you can teach your kids how to manage their finances. So when they get their check, they know, they know what they need to do. And debt, like passing down debt. Like, say for instance, you passing down a property and it's not structured right, where you having this trust and how you have the LLC set up. That's another episode way down the line. And you got to pay taxes. Like, one thing I know, right? Don't leave the fucking house or property in the family name. Leave it in the LLC name. Leave it in the LLC name. Because if your kid's young and they're young at the time that you pass away, and they have to pay taxes for this property, the IRS is coming after them because you put their name in that. So you can leave it in the trust or however you want to do it. You got to educate yourself. But further along the episodes down along the line, I will have the how-tos and more in-depth questions about that. You just got to be careful of what you do. Like I said, them funeral homes will hit you about 10 stacks. At least. Think about it. Them funeral homes stay in business forever in those minority neighborhoods. Peep game. Peep game. Then I got the last one I'm going to hit today. This is the last one I'm going to hit today, right? Passing down knowledge. Man, this is so essential. But at the same time, I had to think about it. I'm not about to sit and bash some elder people that probably didn't even know what to pass down. They just say, hey, I got to, as long as you fed, you got clothes on your back. That's probably something they own. That's all they knew. All they knew was that. They may pass down some experiences of how not to maneuver, right? But first, I said you got to pass down now. So parents or kids that want kids when they get older, like, make sure you taking down notes, have a book or have something set up like where you taking down. Like what I do, right? What do? I think I said this in one of my previous videos. Is I sit my kids down and I teach them stuff, teach them about credit. I said that before. I'm not gonna beat on a dead horse. But you have to pass down knowledge. Now, when you pass down knowledge, now the kid was like, hey, my kid ain't listening. Hey, I'm sorry, but you can make your kids listen. I'm sorry. Like, hey, you want to go have fun this week? Regurgitate what I said last week and on Sunday. You had the whole week to study. Oh, I got school. Cool. But you know this and that off TikTok, Instagram, everything about that. But you don't know about this can help you? Guess you ain't going nowhere. You got to play the hardball like that. I always say to my kids, you're going to thank me when you turn 25, when you're ahead of the rest. Simple as that. Simple as that. Pass down knowledge. You have to pass down. If you ain't arming your kids, cool. And sometimes, not pass down. You can teach your elders. Sometimes your elders just don't know where to look. But I grew up in a generation where a cell phone came out. We got Google now. We got all these sites that's telling you how to be financially free and set up and pass wealth. And you telling me you still broke? You telling me you ain't got a plan? You telling me you just still surviving? Nah, man. If you got a phone in today's age, you can make it. Simple as that. You can make it. If you got a phone in today's age, you can make it. I don't even know what else to say about that. Like I saw a billionaire said, he was a billionaire before the tech came up and everything. He said, if you ain't rich and you got damn near a whole library, you got more than a library in this. You got more than a library. This is more than a library just in your hand alone. He said, if you got a cell phone and you broke, you just want to be broke. You just want to complain. I took that to heart. He saw that shit. I saw that. I was like, damn. Yeah, I ain't doing this no more. But one of my things I like to do, I like to educate my peers, educate the youngins. And if I can educate elder people and they can educate me, why not? You know? So that's all I'm going to cover today. It was pretty good. I like it. You know, this is what? Episode 2. Yeah. So generational curses. Episode 3 is a 2-part to this one, you know. But this time I'm going to invite some people on. If I probably have it on live or some crazy stuff, or once I figure that out, and we gonna go from there. I'm gonna just talk to some people what they experience and how they do it to fight the bad systems that's been set in place in the family or whatever, you know. So I want to say thank you for tuning in to the process. People like, why the process? If you fall in love with the process, you're gonna love the end result. Thank you.